Hello, my sweet summer children. The juice shall spilleth. This video may contain spoilers for the final episode of Game of Thrones. All media outlets are reporting on this scandalous leaks. Everyone is asking themselves, did the ending really leak, and does it suck, or is it glorious? But before we get started into what's going to happen in episode 6, I would like to thank Raid for sponsoring this video. Oh, look at that dragon, it's so cool. It looks like Drogon burning King's Landing. Introducing Raid Shadow Legends. First off, this game is totally free. Forget everything you think you know about mobile games because one of the most ambitious RPG projects of 2019 has just been released and it's going to change everything. Playing Raid is the most immersive experience you'll find on a smartphone. It has all the features you'd expect from a brand new RPG title. Amazing storyline, awesome 3D graphics, giant boss fights, PvP battles, and hundreds of champions to collect and customize. Look how crazy the level of detail is on these champions. Raid's special launch tournament is happening right now and it's getting real big real fast. So go to the description in this video, download Raid only through my link to get 50,000 silver immediately. And here's the coolest part. You'll also be automatically entered into their special launch tournament where you can compete with me and other players for crazy in-game prizes and physical prize packs with collection edition figurines, power banks, t-shirts, and more. Winners will get them delivered straight to their house. Good luck, and I'll see you there. So guys, let's talk leak culture, spoiler culture. It's been a thing surrounding Game of Thrones forever. Leaks, spoilers, leak scenes, all of it. And no matter how hard you try to avoid it, it comes, it does. You know, like the White Walkers in the Long Night, it creeps up on you and stabs you through the heart. So Sunday morning before episode 4, I got on Twitter and somebody tagged me in a still shot of Rhaegal with an arrow through his neck. Pissed. I can't even explain the anger I felt that a shocking moment like that was just revealed to me via Twitter before the episode even aired. If you want to talk about spoilers, just tag them correctly and give people proper warning so if they don't want to see them, they don't have to. I get tagged every day in spoilers and leaks are commented right on my channel and everyone that watches me knows I didn't want to see them. I can't unsee them, but I'm not mad at you, okay? I'm not mad. So anyway, I managed to stay pretty unsullied for 2 years minus the alleged Tyrion spoiler, which is why I don't talk about Tyrion. But as the season ticks closer to the end, it's the wild west. If you're avoiding it, good for you. How are you doing it? So there are alleged spoilers. I don't know if I trust these spoilers because I was told that multiple endings were shot and no one knows the actual ending unless they are Dan and Dave. Also, the spoilers contradict some other spoilers from reliable sources, so it's like they're contradicting each other. So the post I was tagged in got some things right for episode 5, but they also got things wrong about previous episodes. Like, it got the fact that Daenerys would burn King's Landing down and that the bells would break Dany, but it said that Jaime would stab Cersei in the stomach like Talisa was stabbed at the Red Wedding, and that it really wasn't Jaime, it was Arya, and Arya would take off the face, revealing that it's her. So that wasn't right. So some things were right, but some things were wrong. So basically, in a nutshell, the spoiler says that Jon will kill Daenerys and Bran will become king. For killing Daenerys, Jon will join the Night's Watch for his crimes. But, okay, why would Jon join the Night's Watch? There is no more Night's Watch. The Night's Watch was formed to protect people from White Walkers, so unless the White Walkers aren't really dead, that would be the only reason Jon would need to join the White Walkers. Well, the word is they aren't really dead, and Jon will discover a freshly made spiral while ranging beyond the wall. Here we go with that spiral shit. I thought that spiral was like all of our theories going down the drain. I mean, I have thoughts. I've got so many thoughts. And I want to talk about Bran being king. Let's start there. Bran being the king, in my opinion, would set up a villain arc for Bran, because that implies that Bran knew all along the chain of events that would happen that would set him being king into motion. Let's look at the timeline. Bran waits until Sam is very distraught, crying and upset. Sam has just learned the news that Daenerys killed his father and brother. Sam is literally distraught. He almost gets hit by a daggone horse. He's so upset. And he is the most upset he could ever be at Daenerys. It is at this point that Bran says, you know what? You need to tell him now. You need to tell Jon the truth about who he is. This is a calculated decision. Bran preys on the vulnerability of Sam in the moment to manipulate him into telling Jon who he is. At first, it doesn't raise any red flags because we think that Sam telling Jon is imperative to something that needs to happen during the long night. But during the fight against the White Walkers, literally, no, nothing happens that has anything to do with the news of Jon being the rightful heir. So why did Bran choose to advise Sam to tell Jon while Sam was so angry with Daenerys? Bran says nothing else about it. Sam tells Jon, and Sam unloads on how awful he thinks Daenerys is to Jon. And of course, Bran knows that Jon is going to be receptive to that because out of everyone, Jon trusts Sam. Daenerys' army and her dragons save Westeros. If they didn't have Daenerys, her army, and her dragons, then the North would have lost. Jon knows who he is, and Daenerys has begged him not to tell anyone because of the trouble that it would cause. Bran tells Jon it's his choice. At this moment, Bran knows what will happen, but he doesn't stop Jon from telling Sansa, and Bran knows that Sansa will not be able to keep this secret. Sansa spreading the secret that Jon is the true heir, the male heir of House Targaryen, causes Varys to look to Jon instead of counseling Daenerys when she needs counsel the most. Also, it causes a rift between Jon and Daenerys. It's a contributing factor to what happened in King's Landing. And it's likely to be one of the causes of death for either Jon or Daenerys. Because if they are both competing for the throne, then they will always be a threat to one another. Clearly, Jon isn't okay with the Targaryen incest, so marriage isn't an option. They aren't bothering with any of that pregnancy foreshadowing. Well, if these leaks are true, they aren't bothering with it. Maybe these leaks aren't true. So Bran could have been whispering like some burn them all shit to Daenerys, planting seeds. I think it's far-fetched to say that Bran was warged into Drogon. You can see Daenerys directing Drogon. You can see Daenerys directly making the decision to burn them all. I'm not sure how far Bran's reach or deception is, or if he just becomes king out of some kind of luck or miracle, but I searched high and low, and there are no existing theories that Bran will rule the Seven Kingdoms or sit on the Iron Throne that were made prior to these leaks. But maybe that's what they are going for, something that no one would guess. From a certain standpoint, maybe Bran is going to be like a Brynden Rivers type of character. If you don't know who Brynden Rivers is, he is the three-eyed raven that trains Bran. But before he becomes the three-eyed raven, he was a huge political player in Westeros. Brynden Rivers is also known as Blood Raven, and he is one of the great bastards of Aegon the Unworthy, and he put down a few Blackfyre rebellions and even killed his own brother. If you want to know more about the history of the Blackfyre rebellions and the Blackfyre Targaryens, then I have a Blackfyre playlist for your juice needs, and I'll link it for you in a card. But I think overall, I need to see Bran's path to the throne before I settle on his villain status. I need to see how he gets there before I can decide if he is a villain or not. As far as Jon killing Daenerys, a lot of people believe that in the books, Jon will kill Daenerys, but not because she burned the people of King's Landing or because he wants the throne, but because she's Nissa and he's Azor Ahai and he needs to forge Lightbringer, which none of this even matters on the show at this point. But I don't know, like Jon killing her doesn't make much sense for his character. He would become a kinslayer, which, you know, people in the North, they're not with all that shit. But what I hope happens is that Jon doesn't kill Daenerys and that a great council is called and the best leader is chosen for the job. I also really don't want Daenerys to stay in Westeros. I want Daenerys to get on Drogon, take her army, and go back to Essos where the people fucking appreciate her. I don't know, guys. Something about these leaks, it just doesn't add up. In these leaks, not only is Bran king, Davos, Sam, and Tyrion are like his council, which directly conflicts with another spoiler from a reliable source that Tyrion is put on trial and found found guilty and executed for treason. But what do you guys think? What do you think is going to happen with this? Should we believe these spoilers, or are they a smokescreen for something major that we don't expect? As always, thanks for watching. Thanks to everyone that supports me on Patreon. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please click that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and join the sweet summer family. Okay, my sweet summer children, have a good day.
Shame. Shame. Shame.